Ladies and gentlemen, the thing is, the breakthrough that Serral made as a player that causes him to be God in the StarCraft scene is he's figured out that it's much better than to play one StarCraft game at once to play two StarCraft games at once. So instead of thinking of like, can my stuff beat their stuff? You think of like a war in the north and a war in the south all the time. That's what he did. Instead of him just being like, oh, maybe my army can beat the Terran army, he's like, well, this is the war in the north. This is the war in the south. They're kind of chilling, right? But this is the war in the north. And it's getting hecking crazy here. There are just lings in this space. And there are lings in this space too. And Bane's coming out of this. The war in the north is going crazy, but then what's going on in the south? Like, that's what Serral is thinking when he's playing StarCraft. He's not caring about, like, can my main army beat their main army? There is no main army. There's a war in the north and a war in the south. Oh, there's the war in the south. Okay, how's the war in the north? You see what I mean? That's how you have to do it. So that's really the breakthrough that I feel like we should be talking about more with how good StarCraft players are in the current meta, is they have to play two StarCraft matches at once. This isn't like Wings of Liberty anymore. This isn't Heart of the Swarm anymore. This is Legacy of the Void. We have a war in the north and a war in the south at all times. So stay safe and yeah, use your best judgment when it comes to these battles. So my opponent is interested in having a parlay with us here. They want to apply some pressure here with a simple normal attack. And you see this simple normal attack? This used to be how attacks were done, you know? Like back in the heckin', I don't know, what was it, 1700s? Yeah, 1700s. People just line up with troops and they just run at each other, you know? So we're just going now. We're agreeing to their simple attack. The timing is on my terms. I'm not microing anything because Zerg is really strong. That's one of the things that the Zerg Cabal did for us, is they just made sure that Zerg is just strong. So we can just A-move. That's the thing that a lot of Zerg players don't know, is they think you have to micro your units. You actually don't need to work on your micro because we don't have to micro. That's for Terran players and for Protoss. But for Zergs, we kind of just A-move. And that's really good. So believe in your units, but like Serral, you have to think about the war in the north and the war in the south. And really just divide and conquer in that broader context. Not simply, can my stuff beat their stuff, and doing simple normal attacks. Simple normal attacks is very like 2018, 2017, that was like how business was done. But these days, war in the north, war in the south, all the way. Like, we've even got a Zergling here. Yeah, that's how you do it.